Hey, what's up, guys? Back for another deck profile here. Now, we just got back from locals. I think I ended up getting third. I lost to Grant. Shout out Grant.
Love you, brother.
I love you too, brother. I'm gonna shout out him a couple more times in this profile, but I lost to him in the finals. It was kind of crazy because I just drew two just mid hands. Like it's just like.
Quite frankly, Minstrel ain't all it cracked up.
Yeah, it's not. I just once again too. I know the water community is very much a cult, kind of like the Infernoids and stuff, where they'll look at the profile and they just absolutely crucify you if they don't like it. You know what I mean? So this is just, you know, I haven't played this deck since 2012 or not 2012, but 2013. I used to play Tidal Mermails. I have my 2013 fucking Nats mat with the Megalo in the lead still, and I just wanted to play this the way I wanted to play it, and I really enjoyed it. This deck is very fun to play. So many things I would highly suggest. The deck's very inexpensive outside of Gaia's, which will probably be in Stampede. Yeah, without further ado, let's get right on into it. I had to put the Snorlax in this, you know. Yeah, you guys see the mat. So also the Misties. I love the Japanese Pokemon cards. I don't know if people do too, but I did just purchase the Misty's Gyarados Japanese one. I won it on an auction or whatever the fuck for $8. But shout out to Cody. I love you. Gyarados is his favorite Pokemon. And yeah, let me fucking just get right into it. I think this list is 42 cards. There's definitely some changes I'd make all around, but I really enjoyed the list. All right. Okay, so obviously 3 Inept Abyss. I have 0 to say about that card. 3 Dragoons. You know what I'm saying. So a lot of these cards I'm not going to even reference because
everyone knows. What
3 Pike. Shout out Devin. This card's actually just kind of funny to me because like sometimes you will Rhine and send a guy for Coelacanth, and then you will just normal the Pike and then discard a card, and then if they like interact with this or they don't interact with it, you add a card, and then when you Coelacanth F, they'll try and imperm the Coelacanth and you just tribute off the Pike and stop that from happening. So I really enjoyed that, so that was cool. And then 3 Rhine, 3 Shadow Squad, obviously, 3 Teus. You know, these are all just very solid. I don't really have anything to say about those. I do like the fact that a lot of these cards are Europrint. And then I really love this card. This card I want to talk about for a couple different reasons, but I am playing the Ice Jade. I actually don't even know the card's name. I also don't know what's in the picture too. I tried looking at the picture and I was like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Ran. So this card's super cool. You know, it makes the you said what?
Agarine?
Yeah,
maybe?
whatever the fuck. Yeah, Agerine. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
But what's cool about this card is it's 1500 attack too, so you can bring it back with the Marincess Link 2. That's also just very important. Also the fact that it creates the token, and none of the fucking water links need effect monsters, they just need waters, which is just unreal. So this card could be a Link 2, or it could be Synchro 10. It's unreal. And then the one-ofs, shout out to Bert. Played the infantry, Bert. You should have showed up today and watched me play water. I'm actually very upset about you. I'm gonna message you later. And the dude, this card's so funny. The Glutonius Reptilian Griefus. This card's so funny. It's not a starter, but you can actually. I did normal summon it today. Shout out YGOPD. I played him round 1, I think. Ended up clutching it because Gaios is insane in his blue eyes, but. You can normal this, and then X amount of cards in hand, you can reborn a guy. You can't activate the effects of the guy or whatever the fuck. But it still just makes 2 guys instead of 1, so it's just very good. I did play Gun today. I'm a huge fan of Gun. Sometimes, like, this is just one of the things that you would like to search for. I'm gonna actually talk about this card a little bit more later. I did just play the one Minstrel. That card's insane, you know what I mean? But it's not like, I don't know, it just... The problem with this deck, not the problem, but there's a very fine balance with how you have to build the deck and side with the deck. I don't know if the water community will agree with me on this, but you have to have more monsters in hand than spell and traps. So I think in this list I play 4 non-monsters. So I think that was too many. You know what I mean? And then you have to figure out how to side with the deck and shit too. So also the Minstrel effect, like, you can, summon and then mill 3 and then put a water on top or bottom of the deck. That's busted too. Like, and the Poseidon Reborn and shit. But this card's insane, but if your hand is good enough, I'm not entirely sure you need it. I mean, like, obviously, Nib is a fucking problematic card. I'm not playing Impulse in here at all. Like, I don't give a fuck about Nib. If I get Nibbed, I get Nibbed. But I feel like I should play better into it, you know what I mean? And that's where this kind of shit comes in. Yeah, the General, dude. Shout out Grant, Ice Barrier F. Yeah. This is the DT one. I had to respect it when I ordered this card. I'm not playing the statue in here. I don't think you should play statue. I mean, that card is very good. You could actually just play statue on its own just because it's another water monster. And you can summon it back with the fucking rank 7 dude. But it's like, this card's so unreal. Like, I remember you guys, one of my most famous videos on the channel is Grant's Ice Barrier list, and I remember playing into this card and just thinking like how fair Lancia of a Dragon the Synchro was. I was like, how are people just not playing this card more? Like, it's like you make Lancia first and they just go sure. You can even get nibbed and then it summons Trish, and then you're just like, well, it gets rid of the nib, it gets rid of fucking, you know, whatever in the crave, it gets fucking one out of, you know what I mean? Like, you feel a lot safer while you're playing the deck. You can also make the Poseidra summon back 3 and then Trish on your own and not even worry about the Lancia, or you can have both, you know what I mean? It's just, there's so many things in here, but I just think the Water Barrier statue is kind of a worse route to go with the deck. Sorry, I made this too long, but, and then I did play one Megalo. The only reason this isn't Secret Rare First Edition is because I think this might be in Stampede. I hope it is, along with Gaios, but I really enjoyed this card a lot just because you can search this so much in the combo, and this card, you can put so much damage on the card on the field with just this card without committing too much. That was one of the things for me, which this card did a lot more than people thought about, I think. I only made one Poseidra. This card is unreal, don't get me wrong, but I think it's better going second, and I'm going to talk about that later. So, and then we also played the Colacanth, the Moulin Glacia. I just love this card. This doesn't always come up, by the way. Like, I know, like, a lot of the water players are like, you have to do the combo line with the spreadsheet into A, B, C, and D, and you're just like, I would rather have the deck be consistent so I can pivot at any point. You know what I mean? I don't want to play, like, you know, a bunch of shit where I'm just like, this is what I'm trying to do all the time, every time, but if it gets hand trapped, it just falls apart. So, oh, and that's what I was supposed to mention with the gun. The gun with the Megalo is very good. You know what I mean? Also, the Poseidra summons this back, if that mattered to you. And then for the hand traps, we're just playing 3 Perilia, you know, 3 Malcharmy, or 3 Full Wobble. We did play Ash today. I kind of wanted this to be Droll, but Ash was good. I'm not even mad at it. Also, fun fact, you know, the fact that Perilia is a water is very good. And the you can summon this back with the Marincest link, which does come up, and it's level 4, so you can make Bomb it or Dweller with it. You know. And then for the spells, I just played Called By, 1 for 1, 1 Talents, and I did play the Equip spell. I'm not sure how I feel about the Equip spell yet. You know, you could cut the Equip spell, the gun, and the Megalo, make it 39, and then add something. I was playing Pot of Prosperity, but I'm more of a Talents man myself, you know what I mean? I just would rather have the Draw 2 or the Take, you know. The one thing about the Talents that's kind of rough is, you know, when you take the monster, there's not a whole lot you can do with it in water, unless you just kill him that turn, which is usually what the move is. But anyways, for the extra deck, Lancia. It's your print. Shout out Grant. XD. I need to buy a QCR on one of these. This card just looks way too good. Then the Trish. There's a bunch of honorable mentions I'm not even going to mention. If you guys like this profile, I will go back and visit it. But I was playing Changing in here. I decided to cut it for one other card later. And then the, I don't even remember what the fucking name, the Abyss, whatever the fuck. I made this card one time. And then, obviously, the Marincess, and then the non-target guy. This card's unreal. Even if you wouldn't play the Equip spell, this card is still just busted. You know what I mean? So this card is like 9 things, so that's really good. And then, of course, the 2 Toads. One thing that kind of took me a little bit to getting used to was the fact that when Infantry was already in play and you were like, oh man, like I want to Rhine discard the Infantry and then pop a card, is kind of like, you know, you can just, if you make the full board and the Infantry's already used because you opened it and had to discard it for Teus to start the whatever the fuck, is you will just Toad negate something and then add the Infantry back to hand. and then you will banish the Rhine to discard the infantry to pop a guy. Like this is kind of how you recycle the infantry. Also, the fact that Toad takes Typhon is unreal. That's come up multiple times. And then we played the, obviously Dweller. The one thing I will say that's really cool about this deck is this deck still can play under Dweller and Shifter. And somebody's gonna, what the fuck you even fucking talk? If you put the time in to learn this deck, you will understand what I'm talking about. The Kraken, this card is unreal. I was playing the Abyss Keeper, the Link 2, that points down that summons Coelacanth from hand. I don't think you need that card at all. That card's very good because it's also spot removal, because you can also target the Coelacanth to banish card. That's fucking, whatever. This is also a time card. And then the two Bahamets, you know what I mean. So. And then, obviously, one of the Sevens, one of the Gaios, the Sidra, and then the Changing was, the Typhon was Changing. So, I just decided to play this because if we had really shit hands, this is, because we are playing hand traps and we do side a couple. I want to mention that. So, and then for the side deck, of course, so I did this thing where I wanted to see if this was worth it. It wasn't in the long run for the going first part. The Minstrels, so like when I knew I was going first, I would side in 2 Minstrels just to see what their hand was without having to search it. It's very good, but I don't think you need this, so I probably wouldn't play this any further. This was fucking busted. I sided 2 Poseidras for going second. This card's unreal, because the one in my main deck is Europrint. These are not Europrint, so I know which ones matter. This card's just unreal going second, so... and then I just played 2 Nibs, because we are playing both the Perilias in 42 cards, or whatever the fuck it was. You don't want to see 3 of these all the time. Droll, this was more or less, I don't even know how to explain it, but then the Harpies, the 1 Thrust. I didn't want to play 3 Thrust, because a lot of the time, since I'm playing a smaller deck count than 60, if I was playing like 60 with Grass and Tidal, that would be insane. And then the anti-spell, there's 4 spells in my deck, and you do sometimes slide out the Eclipse spell and the Call by. So, and then I played 3 D-Bears. I just want to draw this card instead of Thrust Forward, obviously, because like you'll end up getting it back into a hand trap war with them, and I think you get a little bit stronger because you have a lot more 1-card starters, and by 1-card starters I mean Neptibus. But there's 900 cards that get you 2 Neptibus, so I was just like, yeah, it's fine. But you guys let me know. I hope you guys don't hate it, because I love the Water community. I've been a part of this deck for a long time. I just haven't played it, but I will definitely play this deck in the future, and we'll see you guys later. Cheers.